What is the water crisis and how do we solve it?
And we've looked to sewage as a supply of water that we can produce.
Drinking poop water.
Jamir Miller is a retired NFL football star who loves this planet, lives in the desert, and enjoys fishing. Shivaji Deshmukh is a licensed engineer in the water industry, but prefers basketball over football.
I like basketball more than football.
They most likely disagree about everything, but today they're sitting down together to discuss one specific topic, the environment.
So we understand that this is poop water, right?
You know, we don't necessarily consistently use the term poop water. All of us have been drinking recycled water for years. You just don't know it.
I've been drinking poop water.
Will they become more united by nature? That's the question we will see.
Taking a picture of me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But never answer here on the Fire Pit.
Every day I hear people say the environment is in danger, the planet is in peril. You might even think there's no hope left for humanity. It's easy to dwell in despair, but I decided to do something about it. I assembled a team of experts who can help solve once and for all each and every one of these issues here today at the Fire Pit. It's supposed to get really big when I do that. It's fine. Let me introduce you to Jamir Miller, former NFL football player, Arizona Cardinals, Cleveland Browns, but most importantly, played college ball as a Bruin for UCLA.
Yes, indeed.
That's the most important thing.
That is it.
And let me introduce you to Shivaji Deshmukh, General Manager of the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California, a licensed engineer with over 20 years of experience in the water and wastewater industry, and most importantly, received his degree from
UCLA.
Yeah, that's right. We're all Bruins here, but they no doubt come from completely different backgrounds. And today, they're gonna have to put aside their differences to fix the planet. All right, how did I do? Did I mischaracterize you guys in any way whatsoever? How would you describe yourselves, introduce yourselves, and why do you care about the planet?
The reason I care about the planet is because, one, I grew up here.
Did you?
This is the world that we have, and we only get one. But looking at it from a sports aspect, you know, I played on grass, you know, and grass is a surface that I think for the sport that I played is the most humane, if you will. The turf and the other things that they're using now because of the lack of water or the lack of the appropriate agronomists or whatever it may be that's causing that issue. But that's where, you know, I really feel, and that's what really got me into more looking at water. Besides the fact that I live in Arizona now, and, you know, we deal with other challenges there, being in the desert.
Yeah.
That's why I feel it's important that we bring a lot of attention to, you know, we're saying climate change, but I think there's certain aspects of things that can be addressed that will help with the overall problem.
What is the reality of the water crisis?
I think if you look at it in a bigger picture, it's not that bad. What's bad is that things are changing, and if we don't do anything about it, it can get a lot worse. Right now, we're seeing a changing climate impacting precipitation and temperature. And that impacts us a lot in the water supply realm because we're seeing the snowpack, which is a very important reservoir, melt off before we can capture it. And we're seeing less rain in the Colorado River Basin, which means less water to store in Lake Powell and Lake Mead, which is a lifeline to the Southwest. But we have a lot of solutions that are proven that we've done here not only in Southern California, but throughout the Southwest. And if we focus on adapting to that climate change with these solutions, we can position ourselves pretty well.
I have to agree with Shivaji. We don't really see like a water crisis, like an immediate problem.
Yeah.
We don't receive, you know, notes saying, hey, you know what, don't water your grass today. But it's real. You know, we know that our water is coming. We have some reservoirs underground. We roughly have about 100 years of storage. I was just up in Basalt, you know, fishing the frying pan, and I had to throw all my fish back. I was so pissed off. I'm like, shit, this good fish. I can't, you know, but because the ecosystem is so fragile,
Right.
you know, you got to catch and release, you know, and the river was, I would say, at an all-time low.
I gotta say though, what's really cool, and maybe we can talk about this later, is Arizona and California lead the way with finding new ways to meet those new demands, right? Whether it's a data center or chip manufacturer. And we've looked to sewage as a supply of water that we can produce to cool or even actually recycle to potable drinking water standards. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Are you okay?
I heard we're eating poop water.
Drinking poop water. Yes, it happens.
So we understand that this is poop water, right?
You know, we don't necessarily consistently use the term poop water.
But it's okay to drink.
What we did in the last 50 years in the Southwest is recognize that after we use water with the technology that we have available, thanks to reverse osmosis membranes invented at UCLA in the 1960s.
Go Bruins.
Thank you. We're able to turn any supply of water into drinking water. All of us have been drinking recycled water for years. You just don't know it.
I've been drinking poop water.
You have been, we have been. We're drinking the same water
Same
that dinosaurs not only drank, but they peed in the rivers and lakes, and now we're drinking that water. So it's the same molecule of water.
And that's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have another segment we're gonna do. It's called Helping or Hurting the Environment. So I'm gonna throw words at you, and you're just gonna have to say helping or hurting the environment, okay? The ocean.
Helping.
Helping.
Football.
Helping.
How does football help the environment? I'm just curious.
You have a lot of angry guys that have been working many, many hours, right? They
Yeah.
get home, instead of kicking the dog, they turn on the Giants.
People hate millionaires, billionaires, right now in this country for lots of reasons. You've actually tackled millionaires, knocked them on the ground. Can I ask you, did that feel great?
Yes.
Yeah?
Take a picture of me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Come on, man, let's get up and take a selfie, shit.
This is called Would You Rather. It's not gonna be weird, it's gonna be normal. All right, well, would you rather live through a 100-year drought or a 100-year flood?
I'd live through the drought. Once in 100, we're getting close to experiencing those. If we have the water supply, it's all right. Flood is devastating.
And we know what happened when it rained for 40 days and 40 nights.
Right.
So 100 years, we're gonna go with the drought.
Yeah, actually, this question is
already
pretty
know what
easy,
happened.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have your biggest career win go unrecognized or your biggest failure become front page news?
Oh, clearly number one for me.
Number one all the way.
All right.
Nobody wants that one.
All right, fair. You know what? You guys are agreeing on so much right now. We've never had to do this before, okay? But I'm going to step out for a second,
Talk to me.
and I want you guys to figure out one thing.
We can disagree on.
One thing you both disagree on. Can you do that?
I like basketball more than football.
All right, well, I'm going to go.
Oh.
You guys work about it amongst
All right.
yourself.
I'm fishing in my time.
You said we work about it amongst ourselves. You hate fishes?
I said
I enjoy
basketball
fishing.
over football, but
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
yeah.
There we go. We got it.
We're in agreement on our disagreement. You know, Jamir, you said one thing that I don't necessarily disagree, but I think you can explain it a few different ways, but agriculture using the water. And do you view it as a competition between agricultural use and human use?
I view it as an opportunity to have a lot of waste. And if farmers were efficiently able to deal with the water, I would feel a lot more confident. But just in knowing that, such a large percentage of our supply is going into, it's our food, but it's not necessarily all going on our food, is a problem.
See, it's hard to argue when you explain it like that, because what I'm hearing is you're not against, or you're not pitting agricultural use of water against human consumption. You're against wasteful uses of water. And if the ag community is not using it the right way, then that's problematic.
Is that a common thing, people pitting Just normal people versus the agricultural companies?
I will say what
Normal people,
go.
when they verse the agricultural companies, they get crushed in the ground. They get smashed out,
Right.
disappeared. So there's not like, what do you do? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's where I'm saying that.
Right.
Get your policymakers, send some emails out. If you really want to see some change, if you really want to try to affect change, just become a little more active.
Okay.
What frustrates me, it's still there. I think it's gone better. I represent a community or water districts that essentially provide water to an urban area. And I think the old way of thinking about water is, okay, there's agriculture use, there's urban use, and then there's water for the environment. And I think all three of those areas have come together in the last decade and recognized that we can't compete against each other. But on the other side of that, it still happens. There are people out there who are like, no, this water is meant for the environment. We need more there, we need less here. But who could argue that any one of those is more important than the other, right? They all fit together. And so
I'll argue that
yeah.
if it's in that situation, human consumption is way more important than the rest, because we can live with water. We can live without food for a certain amount of time, but we can't live without water. So I'd have to argue that. If you had to put them all on the same plane,
And we can live without data centers. And
we can live without
course.
data centers, semiconductors.
But have you seen the things they can do with AI? I mean, that's pretty cool.
I have seen the
Pretty
things
weird.
they can do.
I'm
And
actually
it's
made of
very
I'm
strange.
AI right now. That's something I thought you guys
Straight up computer generated.
just computer generated
boom.
special effect. Yeah.
I love it.
I malfunction constantly.
And the amount of water I use, you guys don't, it's just fresh water. It's not even poop water.
You know, we don't necessarily consistently use the term poop water.
Are there misconceptions about water usage that makes you angry that people have? Things that are just like, why does everyone say this?
You know what I got a problem with?
Yeah.
High efficiency toilets.
Really?
Because they're not.
What do they do?
You flush twice or 3 times.
Gotta flush 3 times to get it down. You know,
Maybe you do, but not everyone does.
So
I don't think it'll ever be efficient.
they'll never be efficient.
All right. This is a lightning round. All right. This is going to be quick. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke. Same question.
CTE.
Should get out of jail free card every time, right?
All right, let's start that one over.
All right, next
Oh,
one.
man.
Next one. Ski or surf?
Ski.
Surf.
They disagree.
They disagree. I know, yeah.
Vehemently disagree.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Why surfing? Why not? Well, I know you're scared of the water, but.
Just farther out water, deeper water.
Okay.
Skiing, because I don't think we'll be able to do it as much anymore.
That got very dark.
Deep and
Yes.
dark and
Did
true.
very
Jesus.
quickly, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now for the water round. Tap water or bottled water?
Tap water.
Bottle.
Disagreement. What's going on there?
I don't want no poop water.
You know, we don't necessarily consistently use the term poop water.
No, poop water's good. We were just talking about that.
No, but I like bottled water, you know. It's my thing.
Which is made also from poop water.
Yeah.
CT.
They might have boiled it a little longer. I don't know.
All right. Flat water or bubbly water?
Bubbly.
No bubbly.
Bunch of Europeans here.
Yeah.
Okay. Swimming pool or a hot tub?
Swimming pool.
Hot tub. Hot tub time machine.
In Arizona, though, do you really need a hot tub?
Oh, yeah. Well, the tub's already hot. The pool is a hot tub.
Exactly.
So,
It's all a hot tub.
you know, it's all good.
All right, how about this? Ocean or lake?
Ocean.
Ocean.
Okay.
You can't eat the fish on the lakes no more. They make you throw it back. So,
Waterworld, the movie, or Waterworld, the Universal Studios attraction?
Waterworld the movie.
I have seen neither.
Okay,
Kevin
Waterworld.
Costner has web feet.
He drinks his own pee-pee,
He
right?
drinks his own pee-pee water.
have resting grumpy face forcing this smile.
Resting cold face.
Yeah. My coworkers keep the grumpy cat photo, like when I call.
I used to practice looking hard though, so.
Yeah. Like in the mirror? and
Yeah,
stuff?
in the mirror.
This segment is called Scary Stories About the Environment. We're going to go around in a circle. I'll start. We're going to say one sentence or phrase and pass the story along. All right, let's get moody. Once upon a time, there was a water processing plant.
And somebody broke into that processing plant.
And when they broke in, they threw a lot of shit in the water.
And it was so much shit, the water processing plant started to break.
Thankfully, because of the experience in the water industry to be able to treat any type of water, they were able to produce a pure water straight out of that treatment plant. And then it got scary again somehow.
When that pure water came out, it was full of E. coli.
So it wasn't processed very well. And the E. coli water was rushing down the hill straight towards
The other treatment plant that was installed with ultraviolet protection that included hydrogen peroxide that not only removed the E. coli, but was able to oxidize low molecular weight organics in the water that could cause cancer, which are scary.
Which are very scary.
scary.
And when that happened, there was this new disease called gotcha that appeared, and the people that were drinking the water that had been treated by the UV and all of the other special things, they became sick, and they grew feathers where their ears used to be.
Shit. They grew feathers where their ears were supposed to be, and then they threw up more toxic chemicals into the water that continued to flow down the mountains right into
Waterworld attraction at Universal Studios Burbank. Or no, I think it's Universal City.
And once it got there, Kevin Costner showed up with web feet.
And then he drank the water and he died. The end.
That's scary.
It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be scary. Good
Right.
job, guys. Good job.
I was trying.
I'm gonna have nightmares about that one. All right, well, this segment that we're gonna do right now, real quick, is called America the Beautiful. I'll give you guys 240 seconds to brainstorm an idea to show off America's beauty. Some plan that you can agree on that's 100% original so that you can show off America's beauty to the people here. Okay, 240 seconds,
Okay.
starting now.
I keep thinking, have you done the California Soaring at California Adventure?
Yeah.
Where they basically,
Yeah.
you're like in the equivalent of the sphere, and you're seeing this like immersive video while you fly through
Going all through the
Napa
whole
Valley
yeah,
or the rapids in Kern River or something like that.
Take you through each of the spots.
Yeah.
When you think about America, what comes to mind as the most beautiful thing about it?
I really am blown away by, I'm partial to the Southwest landscape, like, Saguaro National Park, Joshua Tree, and how rapidly it changes.
30 seconds.
Oh, we got to figure out how to, but how do we highlight
say,
that?
how do we highlight that? America the bold, or stick with us, cactuses.
Stick with us, cactuses.
Yeah, cactuses. We have a big ass cactus.
This better be good. All right,
Oh,
I
no.
couldn't hear anything you guys were saying. So let's hear it. Can you maybe Shark Tank style, just like tell me your idea? Let's hear the pitch.
Short and sweet.
Scene opens. You see a desert landscape. You see tons of cacti just flowing. America, stick with us.
America, what?
Stick with us.
Got the commercial all laid out.
Wait, hold on. Your idea is a commercial?
Actually, a tagline, it sounds like.
It's a tagline.
Yeah.
It's the tagline.
Stick with us.
Jamir, you talked about bottled water. If I could get you to the water recycling plant that's literally 10 minutes that way, almost everybody, after you see the level of treatment that's involved, will drink the water at the end of the tour.
I like
So-
that. I think that's a great plan.
Yeah.
Do you guys have something urgent and important you would like to share with our audience of several dozen? Do you want to say something straight into the camera?
You know you're silly, right?
Excuse
I
me?
love it.
Excuse me?
I love it.
This is serious. Okay, serious moment. Serious moment. We're looking straight into the camera, saying something, 30 seconds, that is urgent, that you need to share to the people.
It is really cold, and I hope that we were able to give you a little insight into the problems of the future. Even though we'll all be dead and gone, make sure you guys pay attention.
Get involved at the local level, find out where your water comes from, and figure out what kind of projects you want to support, because we're going to need investment, but it's really important that the public really knows where their water rates are going.
I feel a family bond here. I don't know why. Maybe it's the beach, maybe it's the waves, maybe it's the beautiful ambiance. Do you guys want to take a family vacation photograph with me?
Definitely.
All right, let's do it. Let's get up.
We're talking shit.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. And I'm gonna get the surfboard. You might want to grab under. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, it's kind of windy.
What the hell? What kind of family photo is this? Where you at?
Fire pit. Wow.
Okay, we're good.
You know.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Say 3, 2, 1. Kevin Costner.
3, 2, 1.
It ain't no late.
I'm blind.
We got you. Talking shit around the fire pit.